and welcome back to the Creative Goddess. I'm Nicole Salinger, Creative Goddess, Chief Self-Excavator, and Sparkler of Inner Magic. Now, I believe everyone has their own breed of magic inside of themselves. And in 2021, what will yours be? How do you excavate it? How do you open yourself up through the mind, body, and soul to receiving it? Is it something that you can develop and train, or is it something already inside of you, just waiting to come out? For the first time in 100 years, COVID has made us stop, sit, and reflect upon our lives and in ourselves. It's made us take stock of what is important to us and made us just stop, look, and listen to what our souls are telling us, or at least trying to tell us. You might be someone who's starting life on a clean slate, terrified about taking your first steps into the unknown. You might be someone who is stuck in the humdrum of your life, feeling like Groundhog Day, just itching to do something you love, but not knowing what that something is. Or you might be terrified of getting out of your comfort zone and trying a new career, afraid of what others will think of you. And what I've discovered is the common thread is what everyone on this planet wants, is to find their inner magic, that very thing that makes them unique, the very thing that gives them a life purpose. And this is because a life purpose, financial or otherwise, keeps us in a healthy mindset. And after years of deep-seated conversations with people from all walks of life, I've realized that having a purpose is the thing that makes us feel full inside. It makes us feel like we're contributing to the good of the planet, that we matter. It could be as a volunteer position you take on board. It could be a hobby you've never tried before, or it can be taking an online course in art just to broaden your horizons. It really doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you're willing to put yourself on the line and take some sort of action, especially when we're facing life in a pandemic. Sitting and being indecisive about your next steps is not enough. It just isn't. If we don't do anything about feeling stuck, we start to feel glued to the ground. We start to feel restless. We start to become even just immobile and unmotivated, not knowing how to bounce back with sparkle and vitality. Throughout my time as both a creative and a wellness advocate, I believe that the three major elements defining your inner magic lies within exercising your body, mind, and soul. In that order. This takes action. It takes effort and work. It takes an enormous amount of guts and courage to start glowing again. Now, it might sound too hard or too scary, but it's the truth. I'm telling you, I've done it myself. I redesigned my whole inner self first to redesign my life. It took more than creativity alone to find my inner magic again. It took a whole lot of inner reconstructive work. And most importantly, to add color and sparkle back into my life, I had to let go of everything that didn't serve me anymore and begin my life over again. What do you need to let go of, to leave room for your inner magic to flow? Is it a toxic situation? A negative imprint from your previous life chapter? Now, I promise you that in redesigning your body, mind, and soul will leave space for the real magic to come through, back into your life, back into you. There is magic in the air all around us, all of the time. I really believe that. We just have to wake up and let it in. I want to give you all an example of one of my life chapters and how my personal refurbishment began. I found it in the most unlikely of places, my local gym. Now, at the time, I was professionally burnt out and going through a tremendous personal setback, a divorce. In all honesty, I was at an all-time low. I had lost a sense of myself and my life's values and beliefs. I needed a desperate boost of sparkle in my life, but I didn't know how to psychologically get there and stay there. I would gaze at my reflection in the mirror. We girls all do this. And I just felt lost, searching for the vivacious, confident, happy, and positive woman I used to be. My inner voice of wisdom was faintly there, whispering to me that it was time for a change, an inner deeper change. But back then, I didn't even understand what a deeper change meant. As far as I was concerned, I had two choices laid before me. Facing life as a single mother of 4 young children, I could either play the victim and feel sorry for myself, or I could play the victor and take the reins of my own well-being. I decided to be the latter. I decided to take responsibility, to heal, to work on myself, and to rediscover and love myself again. I figured that as long as I stayed committed to my process and stayed positive, it would rub off on my kids and they would be okay. I was scared. I was excited, but I didn't know what to do first. It wasn't like I could pack my bags and travel to India like in the movie Eat, Pray, Love and attend an ashram or meditate all day. I had 4 kids who needed my love, assurance, and attention. I needed to get emotionally healthy for them. I needed to do something, but it had to be close to where I lived, so it was convenient. So I could pick the kids up after school and I would have time for them. So reluctantly, I took change's hand, and a friend referred me to a gym, which what I refer to now as my goddess temple. Upon entering this gym, I just had these negative feelings about it. I thought, like the first thing you think about when going to a gym is like all these like big muscly men staring at you, and you're feeling really intimidated by everybody. But this was different. In the entrance, I saw a slew of like fit women, and they were my age and they were mums. And the initial fear and intimidation sort of washed over me, because there was something that mesmerized me about these women. I observed mums. They were just like me, and they were working hard to get fit. And it was like this goddess collective of women, and this was what they were doing together, and it was inclusive. It wasn't like competitive, like you versus me. It was us. And I would look at the instructors as well, the female instructors, and there was something about them that mesmerized me as well. It was their confidence. It was the way they stood and the way they laughed, and they were so self-assured. And it was like the way they engaged with other women equally without competition as well. Like everybody was friends. And their self-esteem was just through the roof. And they were magnets of positivity. And it was almost like that movie Wonder Woman, where you have these Amazonian sisters around her. It's like they carried themselves with this inner confidence. But it wasn't only that. They looked alive. They had this inner spark. They kind of cast a spell on me, and something in me stirred. And I realized there and then that this gym was where I was going to learn to rebuild my self-esteem. The first steps to rebuilding myself was going to be a physical one. My foundation. It's like the foundation of a house before you go and build it. I needed that first. I needed to, feel it in my body. I needed to feel like that fire in my belly again about life. I really wanted to feel alive again. And it was in this very place that I was going to learn how to love myself. And this is how the road to my goddess path was set. So when I joined this gym, a shift started to happen inside of me. The shift of self-belief. It was small, but it was there. It almost felt like a dark cloud had lifted. And after a while, I suddenly started to think a little bit more positively about myself and my body in the mirror. That's why gyms have mirrors, It reflects the relationship we have with ourselves. Like, what do we see in the mirror? Like, we're forced to see ourselves in the mirror to, like, grow physically. It's amazing. I mean, is your reflection clear and confident? Or is it fractured and cracked? I mean, the answers, the questions are right there. The answers are right there, right in front of you. You kind of can't hide from it. So when I started my path of getting back my magic, my answers weren't that clear. I just knew that, I wanted to have self-confidence again. And I wanted to have what these instructors had and what these women had. Like in classic fairy tales, like the queens, princesses, and maidens, they always look to their reflections for life's answers, And here I was, looking at my reflection for the answers. And being on a goddess path, I guess I was no different than those princesses. I was looking for guidance. I was looking in the mirror. I was looking for a way to love myself again and feel strong and ready to redefine my inner and outer beauty. So I looked for inspiration. I remember looking at pictures of goddesses on Pinterest, and there they were. They were these beautiful Amazonian beacons of confidence, like wearing bows and arrows and holding swords, and they were just like full of strength. And it was the way they stood, I think, the shoulders back, just really proud. And it was the way they looked at you with eternal wisdom. And I think deep down I knew that I needed to start seeing myself this way. I needed to start embracing their physicality. I needed to start, loving myself again to survive. I needed to just have some monumental thoughts about myself. And after a few months at my gym, this golden opportunity was laid before me. I had been, enjoying this dance cardio program called Shabam. And it was a class that was like dancing like no one's watching. It was like when you're in the shower and you start singing like no one's listening, and you're just freeing up your body and feeling like you're the center of the universe. And we'd go into this class and music would play and you'd have these spotlights on you like you were dancing in a nightclub. And we did these tracks. They were like from MTV, and we'd do these dance routines. And it was sexy and it was feminine. It was just so much fun. Anyhow, I would do these classes and just forget that I was exercising. And the instructor at the time sensed my self-belief grow with every class. So he would bring me up on stage to like shadow him and demonstrate the dance moves to the class, to the other members. And then within a few weeks, he endorsed me to train as an instructor for the program. It was amazing. I was like really chuffed. And I realized that, this was my ticket back to body confidence. So, with hard work and many hours in front of the mirror and spending months shadowing other Les Mills instructors, I gained my Les Mills certification in Shabam, and I went on to teach it to maintain my body confidence. And it was incredible. And I just kept, feeling myself transform. And slowly it began to dawn on me that it was becoming like something more than just about myself. I began finding this purpose to help women look in the mirror and come into their own kind of femininity. And the mirror was showing me something I had never seen before, or I hadn't seen in a while. It was my own personal magic. What was reflecting back was this light that was slowly turning on inside of me. What I was emanating was this powerful energy. During class, I began witnessing, like a mirror, the effect of my own power, and it was being reflected back to me through the women during the class. Looking back, it was not only the first step to my change, but it quickly became one of unexpected transformation. My God. So I started to see myself differently on the inside and out. It was my inner magic and sparkle breaking free. I suddenly felt alive, feminine, and so very powerful. I felt I had the power within me to affect another's well-being. That I was significant. that there was a superwoman inside of me that I had just discovered. So it dawned on me, it was time for me to finally feel my powerful and positive potential. That this was a new chapter for me. That knowing my power was going to be the key to my inner peace and happiness. And so I began this newer, deeper kind of change, this more significant quest to go inside and rediscover my worth. First came the physical. It ignited a fire in my belly to rediscover my inner magic and get my sparkle on. So, if life brings you change, don't get stuck. Take action. Get moving. Go out and seek to honor yourself. Feel it in your body first. Find your golden key of enjoyment. Look at your reflection and do it by trying something new. Something that might test your body. Something that might surprisingly challenge your mindset. Something that might just turn out to be exactly what you need. To open up the gates inside, to unleash your own magic, and to decorate your own path to arrive at your golden destination. To find out more about me or to contact me, my links are all in the show notes. Until next time, take care on your path to brilliance, right here, right now, at the Creative Goddess.